welcome to my channel, Woke Words. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I went ahead and pulled 2 oracle cards to get an idea of what the environment is around this spread. The first one that came out is the desert, and the next one that came out is the temple. I always pull them before the reading because I want to get an idea of what the cards mean according to the book in the deck, and then what I kind of gather on my own as well based on experiences I've had in my life. So with the desert card coming out, this could be a time of kind of like the dark night of the soul. You could have there could be a lack of clarity, a lack of direction, maybe like the next step you need to take is kind of not clear right now. And it feels kind of like this energy is like you're all alone. You could be developing new belief systems as of lately, or yet this is almost like going through an awakening and you're in the process of the dark night of the soul, so you haven't got out of the other side yet. In like high vibrational energy, the desert, the good thing about the desert is it really will spawn unexpected creativity within us, because it's like there's a pendulum swing. Whatever is one way must end up going the other way. That's like duality. So you could be pushed so far down, and then maybe like an example of this would be a songwriter. They express their feelings of depression, fear, anger, sadness in some kind of song that ends up being a hit. So that would be an example of the desert energy spawning like some kind of creativity within you. So the desert energy will pull out creativity from the depths of our soul if we allow it to. And then with the temple card, like I said, in a dark way, like on the low vibrational side, this card would be like a rigid belief system that one certain religion uses fear, guilt, or shame to kind of twist your arm to believe or do a certain way, to follow their rule book. In the light side of this would be open-minded, high vibe, like Aquarian energy, where you allow someone to have their set of beliefs and you maybe have yours, but as long as it's all based and grounded and centered upon love, that would be the high vibrational side. So we're also just going to pull a 9-card block. The left row will be the past, present, and future for the person that you may be dealing with. The right column will be the past, present, and future of your energy. And then the center column is the energy between the two of you. So for Gemini, we're going to pull 9, and the 10 of Wands popped out. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. The Justice card, the 7 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. And also, before I start reading this, just in general, these readings are meant to be the perception of how you perceive this person and how this person perceives you. That does not mean it's the truth or actually what is in reality happening, but that's just the way the spread usually comes out. One person perceives this way, one person perceives the other, and the energy in the center is between you that could be triggering some kind of effects. The bottom of the deck is the Judgment. So what did I say? You were going through some kind of awakening. You're awakening to a new belief system, and you could feel very alone, dark night of the soul kind of energy. So for the past, you get the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. This person was very burdened by this relationship. It could have been a marriage with the Queen of Pentacles in between the two of you. You have the 10 of Pentacles on your side, so this person could have felt like you were very worried about your money status, keeping up with the Joneses, or this whole connection in general. Both of you could have pretty much put on a front, but the problem with that is it was very burdensome, okay? And with the Queen of Pentacles in the middle, Spirit is saying that both people needed to practice self-care in this situation. Not just one of you, but both people. In the current energy, you get the Justice, the 7 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. So, like I said, this could have been a marriage because that's the justice card. So they have justice on their side. So they're feeling like what is fair and just is walking away from this. You feel like you want to hold back from this person for some reason because you're in the Four of Pentacles. That's your current energy. It looks honestly like I'm getting the vibe of there could be some money arguments taking place currently between you and this person. And with the Seven of Swords in the dead center of this reading and between the two of you, there was a lot of deception. Could have been some lying. Both people could have been lying to each other. That's the way the cards are kind of coming out. And the upcoming energy is the King of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this person is in King of Wand energy and you're in Wheel of Fortune energy wanting a change. But the way this spread is showing up, it's like both people are looking back on the past with nostalgia. That's like looking back on the past in a positive way. But with you having the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like you want to change. Either you want this person to change or you just want your whole dynamic in your life to change and you get someone new. But I kind of feel like it's like you're looking back on it with a nostalgic feeling. They're looking back on it with nostalgia. They have a lot of passion for this situation still. And you are wanting the dynamic between you to change so that you could successfully come back together, is the way I'm feeling this. So we're going to clarify some of these cards. For the past, I want to clarify the Ten of Wands. This person was in the Ten of Wands in the past. They just felt like this connection was too burdensome, whatever it was. I feel like it was a marriage or just a committed relationship in some type of way. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands for Gemini's person. The Empress, the Four of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. The Emperor is at the bottom and the Empress just clarified. So this is definitely most likely, if this is your reading, this is pertaining to some type of marriage or union in some type of way. But they felt like this marriage with the Four of Wands was very burdensome. And this Eight of Wands here is like keeping up with the Joneses, in my opinion. They felt like they had to do a lot to keep this thing going. They literally felt like, I'm not saying this is the truth, I'm saying what they felt like, but they felt like, you know, it's like this is queen, ultimate queen energy. This is all the queens of the deck, but it's like they felt like all the burden was on them to keep up with the Joneses, to keep this connection in place, to keep this Ten of Pentacles situation going. But they probably didn't realize the things you did to contribute to the situation. That was just their perspective of it. For the current timeline, we're going to clarify the Seven of Swords, which is the energy between you and them. For Gemini, we're going to clarify the Seven of Swords. The Ten of Wands again, so definitely a very burdensome situation. The Knight of Cups and the Two of Swords. So, the Seven of Swords is between y'all. Lying, deceit, we know what the Seven of Swords is. But with the Ten of Wands being there, it's very burdensome, but it's like they still have love for this situation, but they're in this stuck energy. They're not knowing what to do. They're not looking at their emotions. This is emotion with the Knight of Cups. In this card, you see this person's blindfolded with two swords. They're not looking at their emotions. The water represents the emotions behind them. They're kind of like in a standoff type energy. But the thing is, you're both mirroring each other in that aspect because you're holding back from them. So you're both in standoff type energy. But it's saying at the bottom that you want to change in this dynamic. And it's also saying that they have a lot of passion towards this connection. So I want to clarify the Wheel of Fortune because that's that change card coming in. For Gemini, we're going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. Strength is at the bottom, so people are definitely holding back in this connection. But it's saying, I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, the change is that you are focused, whether this person comes back or not. This is the advice, if you're not doing this, but based on this card spread, this is the advice, to focus on your cup. Focus on becoming stable emotionally. Focus on your emotional health and building a solid foundation for yourself, whether this connection ends up coming back together or not. And just know that whatever does happen in this connection with the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance being here, the universe is definitely intervening in this connection, causing the highest good to happen for both people, whatever that may be. And we all have free will to do what we want. But with the King of Wands, I just want to clarify the King of Wands. I usually only clarify one in each row, but I just want to see if it's showing this person is coming in to communicate or not. Because it's saying that they feel like it's burdensome, but at the same time they have love, and then they're in the Two of Swords. So this is back and forth kind of energy. Let's clarify the King of Wands for Gemini's person. The Justice card, the Page of Wands, the King of Swords. So they may communicate. They may feel like that would bring balance to the situation with the Page energy being here. But they're not. None of these cards show emotion. The Justice card does not show emotion. It shows balance. They may communicate, or there could be a kid involved in this marriage between you two. The Page being there, but that could be communication, since that's what I was asking about. But with the King of Swords, they're not showing emotion here. So you got the Two of Swords in the current line. Then they decide to drop one sword, get in their masculine energy of King of Swords. So I feel like if they do communicate, it's going to be very dry. And it could even be that you're in a marriage with this person and there's a child involved, so you have to communicate with this person in some form or fashion. But it doesn't look like this person in this timeline anytime soon is going to just come in and actually communicate any kind of apology or anything. So we're going to just pull, as the final part of the reading, 3 cards from the universe based on the vibrations you could be giving off at this time / advice you may need to hear. Just whatever wants to come out for Gemini. 3 cards for Gemini. The Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hangman. And the Four of Pentacles is at the bottom again, so you're definitely holding back. But you are starting, the advice is to see this from a new perspective. Okay, because the universe reads our energy regardless. And you may be in the energy of going back and forth about this situation, staying up at night regarding what to do about it. So you're kind of in that Four of Pentacles, just holding back since you can't make a solid decision about it. But the universe is saying, try to see this from another perspective. What have you gained as far as experience? What have you learned from the lessons that you've gained in this connection? What can you do moving forward to use it as like a sweet, savory lesson that has taught you so much to better yourself in some way? That's basically like the advice I feel from the universe. Just try to flip your perspective on this whole situation and see what you come up with. Okay, Gemini, that's been your reading, and thank you so much for watching.